It's time to go over the Washington Commanders and try to kind of cipher through this roster to see who's going to be fantasy relevant for 2024. As we see here, the depth chart, the first guy we have to talk about is definitely going to be Jayden Daniels, with Marcus Mariota going to be backing him up. Now, Jayden Daniels has all of the tools to be fantasy gold for you this season. We just have to see where he kind of fits. Is he more of a Lamar Jackson type of player? We're going to have to wait and see. What he showed at LSU is that he can be a dual threat type of quarterback, not only throwing the football in the air, but running the football also on the ground. He could be loaded up for an amazing season, and he's got some weapons at his disposal to be able to make him a viable asset for your team. You can get him at a decent value, and this may be the only time you're ever going to be getting Jayden Daniels at this decent type of value, because if he blows up, he's going to be up there in the top 5 quarterback region just based on how high his floor can be. The guy is absolutely spectacular, and if you could do anything remotely close to what he did in college football, he's going to take the NFL by storm and be a fantasy football gold mine for you. Let's just look at the depth chart here. Look at this running back position, see what's going on here. We see Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson Jr. should be sharing the 1A, 1B type workload with Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols there as well. But we have to see who's going to be the main ball carrier right now. I think right now we have to see Brian Robinson Jr. as more of the first and second down role, with Austin Eckler being more of the third down role, maybe even getting more of that fourth quarter type of action. Brian Robinson Jr. should be the goal line back as well. I think both of these guys will be fantasy relevant. I know Brian Robinson Jr. really wants to show that he can be the man, even with even with Austin Eckler still there. Austin Eckler has to, I mean, he's got still, Lynn over there, right? He was over there when he was really good with the Chargers. Now he's over here with the Commanders. Austin Eckler could have a kind of a revitalization of his career as well. He kind of fell off a little bit last year with the Chargers, now coming over here to the Commanders, and he wants to show that he still has what it takes. But these two running backs could be a very good pickup for you, no matter which way you go, especially in like PPR formats. Austin Eckler can definitely be your guy. Let's kind of break down these wide receivers and look at the depth chart a little bit closer. We see we have Terry McLaurin here with Jahan Dotson, rookie Luke McCaffrey with Dax Milne, Diami Brown, and Alameda Zacchaeus there as well. So this is really a 2 wide receiver kind of playground for me, right? I like Terry McLaurin quite a bit. I like Jahan Dotson a little bit. Some people are liking Luke McCaffrey. I'm not that high on him. My problem is when I watched some of his film in college, he was having a difficult time separating from defenders. And if you're having a tough time in college separating from defenders, what do you think you're going to do in the NFL? I just think he's going to be kind of a bust for me. Terry McLaurin has always been able to show out no matter who the quarterback is. Now maybe getting a more accurate passer in Jayden Daniels. This could be a career year for Terry McLaurin. And Jahan Dotson, some people were starting to give him that bust label. He's got to show that he is what everybody thought he could do, wide receiver out of TCU. I think this is the year you might be able to see Jahan Dotson kind of raise his game a little bit with Jayden Daniels at the helm. These are the 2 wide receivers I would definitely want to focus on for the Commanders. And let's just go ahead real quick, go over this tight end position. I know a lot of people are there for Ben Sinnott, but you have to see right here, I have as the number 1 tight end as Zach Ertz. We have to remember Cliff Kingsbury is now the offensive coordinator for the Commanders. He was the head coach for the Cardinals when Zach Ertz was the starting tight end over there, and he was fantasy viable. He was putting up some nice points before he ended up getting injured. Now Cliff Kingsbury decided to become the offensive coordinator for the Commanders. They end up signing Zach Ertz over here. He should be the number 1 guy. I know a lot of people are saying, yo, Ben Sinnott, he's going to be the guy. He's the rookie. He's going to be the first ones out the gate. I say, oh, nope, not too fast, cowboy. I'm pretty sure Zach Ertz, at least for the first half of the season, should be the go-to guy. A good safety blanket for a rookie quarterback in Jayden Daniels. So if we're just going over here, who I would draft in fantasy football for the Commanders, Jayden Daniels definitely, I think he could be a set it and forget it type of quarterback with a very high floor just based on his rushing ability. If we're thinking about running backs, I like both Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler, especially if you're in a PPR league. If you're looking at wide receivers, I'm thinking Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. And then at the tight end position, I'm not mad if you're in a dynasty league to take Ben Sinnott. If you're in a redraft league, I'd probably be more comfortable with going with Zach Ertz, as I think he's going to be more fantasy viable for you this season. But guys, that brings us up to the conclusion of this video for the Washington Commanders. Make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. And leave a comment down below. Who is your favorite Commanders player to draft this season in 2024 for your fantasy football rosters? I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.